No more Muslims are going to come into the country. Who agrees with him? Raise your hands.
We said temporarily.
Temporarily.
The president is not making us feel safer.
Trump
What are you
is
scared
the
of?
only one who would come out and say something like this. I mean, no one else would say it. Who would say it?
So you don't see, even in this room, this explosion of points of view that maybe he went too far in what he said?
Well, you know what Trump does? He says something completely crazy and inflammatory, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then he dials back and sort of starts explaining it and saying how he would do
He's
it.
addressing the elephant in the room. He's addressing and talking to us not like we're stupid.
Frank Luntz brought in a focus group to talk about Donald Trump's idea. Frank, good morning. It certainly dominated the headlines these last 3 or 4 days. What'd you learn?
And it's not surprising. Now, the group that we assembled consisted of 23 people, half men, half women. Some are Democrats, some are Republicans. None of them are Muslims, but some had family members who are. Here are excerpts of that conversation. How many of you agree with Donald Trump that you would not allow another Muslim into this country until they have a way of tracking who these people are? Who agrees with him? And who disagrees with him? So to me, it sounds like discrimination.
It used to be when people would immigrate to America, they wanted the American dream, they wanted to come here, they wanted to speak English, and they wanted to assimilate. Now we have people that are coming here who want to kill us.
Unfortunately, Trump saying this has hijacked the national rhetoric with something that's totally irrelevant. And it's irrelevant because it's unconstitutional. It's against the law. It's unlawful. You cannot discriminate against somebody's religion.
We can't trust them. Bottom line is 2015.
We can't trust who?
The Muslims coming in, we don't know who they are.
You're picking out a specific religion.
Yes, I am, because we can't trust them.
Intelligence that the Muslims are the ones causing all the terrorism. Can we at least single out the countries that are harboring ISIS that we know of?
Show me a country on the planet where mass Muslim immigration has led to peace and prosperity. Not France, not England, not Sweden.
I think why people are behind Trump with that comment is because they do not trust his administration or the federal law enforcement to do what they need to do, which is vet everybody, check everybody out. And that's why Trump can say that, and he's got support still.
I also was listening to the audience applauding Trump when he talked about this yesterday.
And how did that make you feel?
And, well, I started to think, and I hope this isn't inappropriate, but I started to think that maybe Art of the Deal will be the Mein Kampf of the century, and especially if he continues.
He has an opinion. What is wrong with someone expressing their opinion? Even though you might not agree with it, he has an opinion. He might not be right, he might be wrong. But he's giving people a choice these days.
It's racial profiling.
People in Washington have been afraid to say.
This man is insane.
The Pilgrims came here for freedom of religion. Our country was founded on people. That's why they came here. It's a hard one to. I like Trump, but that's a hard one to swallow.
Well, he didn't say ban all Muslims from practicing the faith. He said ban new ones from coming in. That's a big distinction.
The reason why he's resonating is because he acknowledges there's a problem. He's the only one acknowledging there is a serious problem that needs to be analyzed.
It has to be fixed. How it's going to be fixed if you don't direct the problem and address it?
We can't forget what happened up in Boston as well. You know, and now with San Bernardino, you know, so he's bringing to light stuff that's trying to be like pushed under the rug.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there was an outcry from all Muslim countries, individuals that were decrying what he said. And it was a very, very long list that I was starting to read. My question was, where were they last week decrying the act that took place in San Bernardino?
I read an article in San
9/11?
Jose Mercury News. It said that Muslims out there heard Donald Trump's comments and went out in the public to the malls to show people who they were, to show people that they're not associated with that. So if his comments make people realize, hey, that's not me,
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
We're actually talking about this issue. He is toxic. His comments offended me, but I agreed and it resonated with me, the sentiment that we have to talk about this.